Today we're going to be looking at how to develop your character. You know, one of the things that I really like about books is when I can relate to the character or I find the character really interesting. So even if the character is nothing like me, if they're interesting, then I'm interested in the book. If the character is boring or I don't know enough about him or her, the book also tends to be a little bit boring. So the best thing you can do as an author to start with is to really think about what you want your character to be like. So here's some advice on developing your character. You want to start with whatever you've decided matters to you most about your character. So you think about the person in your story and you ask yourself, is this person supposed to be like me? Or is it supposed to be like somebody that I know? Or is it supposed to be like a famous person? Is it supposed to be like somebody totally different? So I want to come to my list, and my main character is Anne. And I can tell you that this character is like me. Because remember, one of the things that I was looking for in a book was someone who runs cross country, and so in this book, the goal is for this character to win a race. And so I can honestly say that this character is not me, and this character isn't going to be completely based on me, because to me that would be a little bit boring. It'd be more like a biography or an autobiography. But this person is like me somewhat. This person is like me. And that's important because now I can start to say what kinds of things would be in character for this person. So the next line says, put together a character so that all the parts fit together into a coherent person. Most of you have done puzzles before. You know what it's like when you've got pieces that don't fit together. The picture doesn't look right. Even if you smash them into each other, it never quite looks the same. So you have to make sure that all of the things about your character make sense. If I know that my goal in my story is for Anne to win a race, a running race, I need to make sure that she's a runner. I need to make sure that she knows what it's like to be in a race. I need to know that she understands what it's like to practice. I can't talk about basketball all the time. I can't make her not like running. Because if the goal of the story is for her to be a good runner, it would be really out of character for her to not like running. So I have to make sure that all of the pieces fit together. I have to keep going back to my ideas and ask myself if the things make sense with that one person. Do they fit together in a believable way? Are they here for a reason? All right. So I can't just put things in willy-nilly that don't make sense. Now maybe if I want to write more of a fantasy book, I can give Anne some kind of a superpower, like she was losing the race until one day she came home and she drank a magic potion and then all of a sudden she was the fastest girl. But see, that changes the story. So if that's the kind of story I want to write, then I have to write that kind of story from the beginning. But I've already decided I want to write realistic fiction. I have to ask myself if things are believable. Then I have to decide what kind of a person Anne will be. And I'm going to do that today. And then we're going to come back to this fourth arrow. So we're going to say that she's a little bit like me. I would like for her to be in middle school. I would like for her to be smart and funny and kind. I would like for her to be athletic. I think, I don't know, I was trying to decide about her family, and I had a brother, but I think I'd like for her to be an only child. I think she likes school. I think that's all I can think of right now. So let me go back over to my list. Open up any broad general descriptors and ask what exactly does this word, this trait mean for this particular character. So these are the examples. Sensitive, kind, thin-skinned, easily. So if I'm looking at sensitive, what does that mean? It means that she cares about others. It means that she's kind. It means that she's thin-skinned. It means that her feelings are easily hurt. It means all of those things. So let's go back over here. And I want to start giving more details. This is what you're going to do. After you've gone through these three ideas, you're going to stop at this fourth one. Okay? And you are going to start to unpack this list. So you're going to make a list of character traits, and then I need you to add to it. So I have to ask myself, what does smart mean? Does it mean she's the smartest person in school? Does it mean she just gets good grades? What does that mean to me? And so I'm going to say that it means that she works hard, she does all of her work, she asks a lot of questions, she likes to read a lot, and I think she gets good grades. So far, that's what her being smart means to me. So then I think about, what's it mean to be funny? I don't want her to tell jokes. She's not the kind of person that tells jokes. So she's not a joke teller. And for me, I definitely don't want her to be the class clown. So it's okay for me to put in things that I don't want to, because that will remind me. But here's what I do think about her. The way that she's funny is that she likes puns. She's witty. She likes wordplay. Wordplay is when you make funny statements about words, which you'll notice that I do all the time, although while I'm making this video I'm having a hard time coming up with any. But I like for her to be funny in a smart way. She tells funny jokes that are like that to her friends, but she's not going to go around, did you hear the one about the chicken that crossed the road? Things like that. And she definitely doesn't want a lot of attention, which reminds me, I'd like to make her an introvert. So that reminded me of something else that I want her to be. Okay. I want her to be kind. I want her to be quiet, but helpful. So she's not going to be the kind of person who always volunteers to help, but she's going to be the kind of person who's always around and helps people if they need it without them having to ask. She's going to be generous, which means that she's going to be very giving. So if somebody needs to borrow a pencil, she'll loan them a pencil. If she finds out that somebody needs something and she has it, she's going to try to let them borrow it, things like that. So what you're going to do with your list is, I need you to have at least 5 things on your list, and then I want you to go through like I am and go deeper into them, unpack them, take them out of that box that says funny and smart and kind, because all of us hope that we're funny, smart, and kind, but in what way? Because it matters to your story. So that's what I want you to do today for writing.